Welcome to the Barents Observer, and this podcast where we bring up pressing issues and look behind the headlines. My name is Atle Staalesen, and in today's conversation we are going to discuss the major internet shutdowns that we currently see in Russia. And in the studio, our guest today is Georgii Chentemirov, journalist at the Barents Observer.
Hello.
Welcome, Georgii.
Hello, Atle.
You recently wrote a story in the Barents Observer, and it's available on our website. You wrote about the major blackouts and shutdowns of mobile internet in Russia, and also in the Russian north, in Murmansk region, in Arkhangelsk region, and across the country. What is happening?
I can say that shutdowns are continuing. They started maybe in summer, and the level of the shutdowns, the volume of them increasing. And now, for instance, just a few days ago, there was a report from the one of the ministries in Komi that mobile internet in Ukhta was shut down for 11 days. So it's not some kind of 1 day or few hours shutdown. It's a long-term, multi-days shutdowns of mobile internet, and not only mobile internet. Actually, we can talk about it later, maybe.
So why is this happening?
The official explanation of Russian authorities, local authorities, it's safety questions, safety reasons. They don't explain details, but we can assume it. They talk about defense from drones because they think, actually it's partly the truth, that drones can use this mobile internet and these signals to navigate. The truth is that drones use few systems for navigation. I think I'm not specialist in that topic, but as I understood, it's an open question if these shutdowns help to interfere drones attack or not help, but 100% that drones use some kind of different types of tools for navigation. But the official reason is to shut down mobile internet because it helps to fight with drones.
But Russia is a rather digitalized society. How do normal Russians cope without mobile internet?
It ruins all normal life. I don't know, taxi drivers can accept the order. If they accept it, they cannot, they don't know where to go because they use these maps on mobile phone, which doesn't work without mobile internet. Of course you can upload it, but anyway, people used to use it. Small shops cannot accept the payments because these terminals for payment, they don't work without mobile internet. Including this kind of problem that some people, they used to receive these remote consultations with doctors, and they cannot do it because there is no mobile internet, and they cannot take a call via WhatsApp or Telegram video chat. They cannot do it. Business is struggling, suffering, and people on the streets the same.
So do we now see a Russia that is going backwards in time? Will, for example, Russians have to start using cash when shopping?
It's absolutely what they're doing now. In my text, I rewrite the story of one woman. She tells about how they figured out without this possibility to pay by card. They go to ATM, they take cash, but the problem that it's not enough cash in these ATMs. And in authorities they tell, okay, there are some advices how to manage in this situation. You should do this and this and this, and you should have some cash, which sounds quite crazy in 2025. The advice to have cash to buy some foods. to buy some food or to buy some goods in the shop.
Yeah. So this comes on the backdrop of growing repression from the Russian regime and amidst the ongoing war of aggression against Ukraine. Does it indicate some sort of despair in the Kremlin?
I don't want to fall in wishful thinking. Despair of Kremlin will appear when there is real threat for regime. Now the situation on front line is actually quite good for Russia, unfortunately, and the situation in civil society is absolutely safety for Kremlin. I don't want to think. I don't think that this situation with shutdowns means that Kremlin is scared by something. They just make some reaction on some threats, and they don't care about safety of people. That's the main signal, maybe, that they don't care about people at all. They don't think about consequences for people, for business, for anything. But I don't think it's the sign of despair.
Mm-hmm. So we see that the Ukrainians increasingly are bringing the war back to the home ground of the aggressor, to Russian soil. Are Ivan and Olga, the average Russians, are they now for real starting to feel the real pain and consequences of Russian aggression?
Yes and no. In the same time, they feel the consequences, but of course we cannot even compare these consequences with consequences for Ukrainians, which faced with Russian aggression. Russia attacks, Russia bombs Ukrainian town, Russia kills people, and it's uncomparable with lack of possibility to order a taxi, for instance. But they feel these consequences. The problem that they don't always understand. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I cannot go to Russia. I cannot go to the street. But I see these comments, and people don't connect the fact of the war and the fact of these shutdowns. Partly they connect, but they blame Ukrainians. They quite often don't understand that these drone attacks, for instance, it's the result of Russian aggression. It's the defense from Russia. And the consequences for them, for Russians, it's quite significant. But of course, it's not comparable with situation in Ukraine, which Russia made.
Could it lead to growing discontent with the regime, that people are without internet? Could it lead to a higher level of protests against the regime?
Firstly, as I mentioned, maybe people very often don't understand that it's a blame of Putin and regime, the difficulties of their life. It's the result of Putin's activity and full-scale war in Ukraine. Secondly, maybe the main reason that the Kremlin just destroyed all base for protests, and unfortunately we know it. They destroyed all civil society. They destroyed this. We witnessed the imprisoning and even murder of political leaders in Russia. We see these repressions. People are afraid to open their mouth, and there is no really base for protest right now. Like it seems to me, maybe like. History shows that protests can appear for some even small reason. No one can predict what can launch the protest. But I am not sure about this situation can lead to the big protest against Putin's regime.
In addition to the shutdowns of the mobile internet, we also see a wider clampdown on other channels of information and communication. of course, Russian media has been repressed for many years, and there is hardly any. Well, there is no independent media left in Russia today. But we see lately that also communication and messenger services like Telegram and WhatsApp are also being blocked, and at least partly blocked. How does this affect the lives of people in Russia?
It's a little bit another topic because shutdown of internet maybe it's a real quite tough thing for Russians because of its impacts on their economical life. Yes, they cannot pay for something. WhatsApp and Telegram, I think it's a little bit another topic. It's the attempt to shut down people, to cut these ties, maybe with relatives who lives in other countries. I think it's really attempt to make life harder for people. And to cut some informational channels. People used to use WhatsApp for very, very common things. I don't know, they don't call to their kids using mobile phone. They call by WhatsApp, via WhatsApp, because it's cheaper and you can make a video call, for example. People used to use it every day. The same with Telegram. Now. It's more problematic for them. I think it creates some inconvenience for people. I think we will see what the Russian authorities will do after, because maybe they will try to shut down at all. They will try to ban all social nets except Vkontakte. Okay. We don't know.
But are there any alternative new channels of information and communications now being planned or developed by Moscow?
I want to say that when we see these advices from Russian authorities how to avoid some consequences of this shutdown, they tell use cable internet, use cell phone, ordinary calls. But I want to say that sometimes it doesn't work. Firstly, we see a lot of claims from people who tell that mobile calls don't work either. So in the same time when mobile internet shuts down, you cannot use your telephone just to call to emergency or something like that. And the same with SMS. People report about problems with mobile connection and SMS connection in the same time. So it's a lie that people can just use another channel. Secondly, from the same advices, use cable internet. Sometimes it's just impossible because there is a lot of settlements, there is a lot of villages in Russia which don't have cable internet. They have only mobile internet, and actually it's a big luck if you have it. But sometimes if you have it, but it doesn't work, so no connection at all, and you cannot use anything. You cannot use services, state services, Gosuslugi, Sberbank, these kind of things. So these alternative channels exist, but not always. If we talk about situation with information, how to receive information, people used to use Vkontakte, maybe Telegram, which is not absolutely blocked. People used to use VPN, and now they do it more and more often, because just a few years ago it was quite rare thing that you have VPN, what is it? Now all people know what VPN is, because you cannot watch YouTube without VPN. Instagram was blocked 3 years ago, and so on. But now people use it more and more, so they try to circumnavigate these restrictions.
What about this new messenger service, which is called MUX? Can you say 2 words about that?
It's a joke that MAX is a virus with some functions of messenger. I saw some opinion that these rumors about MAX as a little bit people are afraid too much because there is enough sources to follow people right now without any MAX. So MAX is not just one tool that, okay, if you install it now, FSB can follow you. They can follow you right now. Yandex, or a lot of these apps on your phone, some technical opportunities. MAX is not only just one tool that they created to follow people. But of course, there are some features installed in this MAX which give us possibility to think that it's at least one instrument of following people and going deeper in private life. A lot of people I know, they avoid to install it, but they don't want to do it. But I think that Russian authorities, Kremlin, will make some efforts to force people to do it. There are some rumors about new phones in Russia can be sold just with MAX on their on the device.
We see a kind of new iron curtain now descending on Europe between East and West, and it's increasingly hard to find out what is actually happening. How can we, on this side of the border, find out what is actually happening on the Russian side, and vice versa? How can Russians find out what is happening on our side of the border?
Yes, maybe I can say about social nets. Yes, we see all these problems with access in the internet, and I think that Russian Kremlin dreams at least to cut all these possibilities or to cut all these information channels, but people still use Russian Vkontakte. People write what they think. Not very often they are totally honest. But at least we can see these claims. For example, these claims about internet and lack of mobile connection and SMS you can find in Vkontakte. So we can use these sources to get information about Russia. People use Telegram. It's not blocked. They try to block calls via Telegram, but Telegram is not blocked. Authorities publish there, and people can publish there what they want. And the same way, Russians can follow Telegram channels if they're interested in getting some real information. YouTube is they try to slow down it. YouTube is almost banned in Russia, but as I told, people used to use VPN. People used to circumnavigate this ban. So there are still some opportunities to get information from Russia and to Russians from abroad. Russian
censorship is increasingly rigid, and the Russian authorities are strictly controlling the information space and cracking down on irregularities, so-called. Are we seeing a Russia that is moving down the path towards some kind of North Korea-style regime?
I think they won't, but in the same time, I hope at least. Firstly, I think it's quite difficult because, as you mentioned a few minutes ago, Russia is a really deeply digitalized country. They cannot just ruin all these achievements. A lot of things they just cannot work if they will implement this North Korea experience. Secondly, even if they have these plans, they will do it slowly. It's the Kremlin tactic to do it slowly. That's why Kremlin became so successful in repressions and in propaganda. They do it quite slowly. Now they can do it much faster because we see that civil society doesn't exist, and full-scale propaganda, full-scale repressions. But if we talk about this kind of sensitive topics, which can impact on everyday life of tens of millions of people, they will do it slowly.
Georgii Chentemirov, thank you for sharing your information and your knowledge. Thank you for listening to this podcast, watching this podcast. Keep on reading the Barents Observer and follow developments in Russia and the North, in the Arctic. Thank you. Goodbye.